Yeah. So basically, it's like, cause he'll be like he'll manipulate things. Like we'll go and do something, and the same niggas we do it to show up to the house like 10 minutes later when we trying to counting everything, right? And we be like, how the fuck they get that? Oh, well, we're going to just give them like $40,000 back and stuff like that. But cuz it's actually putting us in paperwork, right? And like doing like real police shit. I seen the nigga get like 20 guns. And when he got 20 guns, he's selling them to the homies. But I'm like, why are you writing down the serial numbers? So it's like he was doing like shit like that. And I didn't catch on. So it was like, I'm waking up now. You get what I'm saying? Because
this is high tech shit.
I'm his right hand man. You get what I'm saying? So when it came down to like dirt and stuff like that, I'm gonna get it. You get what I'm saying? And then like one day,
you know why he wanted to get a dude back to 40, right? Because he was gonna make dude give him 20 for getting it back.
Of course.
And kept you out of it.
Of course. He did that to.
Yeah. So this Luce Cannon, he breaking down how big you be like. How he, for one, is facilitating information to them people by way of his program. He got the grid program, right? And how the setup is all set up. You know what I mean?
When I did that to Meek Mills and Rick Ross.
What'd you do to them?
So
the club, when you sweated them in the club?
Yeah.
Dude, and Meek and Rick have no idea that Draw sent you at him.
Yeah. No, they sent that because I called Ross. I'm like, Ross,
boy, this shit getting crazy.
Drop off the 50,000 and we're gonna let Meek live on Crib. So Ross dropped off the 50,000, and so me and the homies we go back. He stopped answering the phone. He stopped picking up and shit like that. And we were like, "What you doing?" Like 2 days later, he called me. He was like, "Oh, nephew, where you at?" And I'm like, "Nigga, where my money at?" And he was like, "Oh, I needed it for bills. I needed it for." I'm like, "What?" Like, cause that's some weird shit. And then he stopped answering the phone because I'm trying to pull up on him. Like, bro, you got to come and see me. And then it's like we were doing a TV show. Like,
so I wonder if they boxed Meek in the club, boxed him in the club, right? And then what Rick Ross gave the money to Big U, and he was supposed to break y'all off. I don't know. That shit sound crazy, but that's some cold shit. You send some niggas at a nigga, and then the whole time though they thinking they under your, you know what I mean? Like the tap in shit, how they be saying, "Oh, check in," and whoa. Meek think he didn't checked in. Whole time he didn't checked in to get booked.
A while back, right? And I'm on a phone. He FaceTimed me, so he FaceTimed me and stuff like that. He was like, "Nipsey just got killed." I'm like, "Sick, so I didn't hear that." So I hang up with him. I called Nipsey, and I'm like, "Nipsey, what's up?" He was like, "Oh, what's up with it?"
Nipsey answered.
Nipsey answered. He answered the phone, and I was like, "I love you, cuz," or whatever like that.
Did you tell him the call you just got, or you didn't even mention it?
I didn't mention it, and that's what fucked me up because my cousin is Nipsey baby mama. You get what I'm saying? So it was like I could have probably stopped it, or it had it.
Stop what? Fuck you mean? That fuck you talking about?
No, because listen. So after I talked to Nipsey and I was like, "Yeah, I love you, cuz," or whatever like that. I see you later or whatever. So I hung up the phone. I thought Big U gave wrong information. 30 minutes later, the homies blowing me up like they just killed Nipsey, and so I'm like,
wait. You get a call from Big U telling you Nipsey just got killed.
Yeah.
You panic, called Nip. Nip answered the phone.
Yeah, and
you
we
like
were just talking on regular. So it's like at the end of the day, I didn't even think about it because
you don't even warn him that you got that call from dude.
No, because their relationship was so fucked up. It'd be like they be hot one minute, then they be cold the next minute, and then they be lukewarm. Like you
and
just
30
never
minutes
knew.
after you get out the phone with Nip, he get killed.
Yeah, I got it.
So
all
you
on
think
the
he hit
TV
you a little too early?
Yep, he hit me a little bit too early because the homie Shitty double back 3 times. You get what I'm saying? And first he shot him, boom, go into the alley, came back and shot him, boom. It wasn't good enough, and then he came back and he shot him again. But now it's like
how did he know?
Yeah, no, but
that's crazy.
It's deep. So it's like I don't know who to trust.
Now let me ask you a question. I heard this. I don't know how true it is. I heard that Shitty and Nipsey had a fight.
Yeah, they had
prior to a couple weeks before that.
They had a fight like a week before that when they had a fight. You know, Shitty ain't known for fighting.
Yeah, not at all.
He known
Not at
for
all. Yeah.
doing the other things. So at the end of the day, it's like Nipsey beat him up. Nipsey is what's like 6'4", 6'5". Shitty is like 5'5", 5'6". You get what I'm saying? Like frails. Like he get high.
So there was already some friction there.
Yeah, it was already friction because of like some police telling shit. And
Now let me ask you something, bro, because you know they gon'. I know you. See, you don't say nothing. You kind of like me in a way. You don't say nothing unless.
but the homies know. So it's like it's not like I'm saying.
Hey, that alone, the fact that he called 30 minutes prior to the shit supposed to be taking transpire, make a nigga think like, hold on, so you, and why would what would possess a nigga to do that though? Like, what would possess a nigga to call a nigga and be like, bro, you heard about what happened to what's name? Knowing you already know that, like, if anything, you gonna keep, man, your antennas far away from that shit and try to act as oblivious as possible. But you know, the crazy thing is, last night I was watching some shit, right? I watched the Eric Holder video again when he was in the, you know, the whole little shit just leading up to the shit and after they had the conversation and all that shit. And it just seemed, he seemed a little extra nervous, like he already had an agenda on his mind, basically. You feel me? Like it just was some creepy shit, bro. We gonna finish this clip and I'm gonna bust down.
Ain't something that they don't know. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, for me, it's like you telling me, oh, I'm fucking with the police or whatever like that, trying to smooth your background out. So I'm like, on 6-0, I'm gonna expose your buster ass neighborhood crib. And if a nigga take it any type of way, they could get at me or I'll pull up and get at them. It's like,
So you pretty much saying he called you, told you Nip got killed.
So, hey, shout out Luce Cannon, man. Shout out W.I.G. And you know, what's crazy, right, is that a lot of niggas over there, they probably already know the shit, and it give us some more insight as to why, like, Cowboy may have been feeling the way he was feeling, right? As far as, like, nigga just being fed up with the whole shit. So that was kind of like, you know, him taking a stand and all that shit was kind of, it seemed to be like somewhat of a rebellion, you know what I'm saying, to the whole shit. And it's a trip because it just seemed fishy because niggas like, niggas already knew what was going on, bro, with the situation, especially if they already had a fight prior and they know, you know what I'm saying, this, that, and the third. Cold part about it is Luce was spilling hella beans in this interview, right? He say, nigga, Big U set niggas up to get cut, feel me, then giving niggas half of their money back, and in order to, when you give them the money, when he take them over there, right, to where the stash spot is after they done got cut, he playing the big homie role, like, well, we'll give him back this. They probably give him half of what they got back. You know what I'm saying? So he getting double cut and some more shit. On top of that, right, Luce was, he spoke on the Draco the Ruler situation. He said he called Ralphie one time, and Ralphie was like, well, he said he had to drop on the niggas who did whatever they did to Draco. And he called Ralphie, and Ralphie ain't want to slide, which I understood that, nigga, because it's like, nigga want as less ears as possible in the mix of shit like that. Like, you call me and give me the drop, it's too many, boom, that shit go back to everybody, you know what I'm saying? You get caught up for some other shit, it ain't to say a nigga gonna tell or nothing, but I'm just saying, like, it just leave too many open doors, too many loose ends when a nigga is calling you, talking about a nigga right here, and the phones and all this other shit. Don't nobody want to go through all that, so I understood what he was saying, even though Luce looked at it like, oh, Ralphie, he ain't standing on business for his brother. The way they was talking about the shit too, they was basically making it seem like Ralphie just left Draco in the midst of the shit going on, which it was, that's, bruh, you can't, you know what I'm saying, nigga, it's not happening, bro. You can't leave, bruh. You know what I'm saying, nigga, everybody gotta go all the way up before a nigga leave, bruh. Simple as that, but yeah, man, that shit, it was, this interview was crazy, bro, because he was just breaking down hella shit. He was talking about how he was fucking on Shaq bitch, and Shaq was hot. Feel me? He had Shaq bitch just cashing him out for the, you know what I mean? For the, basically, just all type of shit, bro. And it was crazy, bro. It's even crazier that I watched some shit last night, too. I was just, because I guess I was getting prepared for this shit to drop. So I'm like, let me go ahead and do some research and look back on certain shit and see how it, you know what I mean? Even though I didn't even know what was going to be said, but I went and looked at an old Big U interview, right? And he was like, he said some shit like about, he was basically like, and it's just my interpretation of it, right? He was basically saying like, after Nip died, right, with the allegations of him having something to do with it, he lost a lot of deals and he lost a lot of shit and money that was supposed to come in. And, you know, nigga, look at that like, damn, you more concerned about losing these deals than losing the homie. You know what I'm saying? A little bit. And on top of that, right? This ain't no disrespect. This is an analysis, right? Then, you know, he say, but even if I did have something to do with it, you know what I'm saying? He say some crazy shit, and I'm like, ooh, that was like, that shit was crazy a little bit. It just came out the wrong way, bro. And you know how that shit be. Feel me? Motherfuckers be reading into it, nigga, hard, especially when you feel me? But yeah, man, Luce was in that motherfucker talking like he was giving us some real details and insight as far as like just how this shit goes, bro. And it's a trip, nigga. It really is like, but shit, man, y'all niggas let me know what y'all think.